Hey everybody, George Taylor from Entracte Audio here with my new friend Walter Rodriguez, who is down in sunny, warm Greenville, South Carolina, where the temperature where the temperature hit 30 degrees Fahrenheit today, so it's -1 or -1.5 Celsius. Say hello to everybody, Walter.
Yes. Hi, everybody. This is Walter with audio enthusiasts and music lovers, and I'm really happy to share some time here giving some tips about the funky amplifiers and talking with George and Angela-Gilbert. So really happy to do this video about the funky amplifier, and I'm ready to.
Yep. And before we go on, you should really, anybody that's watching this, you should really check out Walter's group on Facebook, Audio Enthusiasts and Music Lovers, because you know it's one of the few groups that I've seen yet that it's a fun, positive group. It hasn't been spoiled yet, so please don't go on there and spoil it. Keep it positive. It's a good group. A lot of people interested in stuff. A lot of people asking great questions and having very good conversations.
Thank you.
No, you're very welcome. And you hit the 500 number today.
Yes, we already passed 500, and I'm really happy about it. It's really, related a short time, such a short time, and I think things going really good, and people are happy to join. So we try to keep it that way.
Excellent.
And I hope it's still the same.
So tell us about your funky. Tell us about your funky experience and what you've got and what you've seen and what you've heard.
Yes. Well, funky came about probably 4 weeks ago. I've been making some practice with it and listening. In my listening sessions, I like to compare the sound with my amplifiers, because I have some amplifiers, and the truth about the funky amplifier is, like I said in my videos before, is it impressed me really, because it's just something that you don't expect for a small amplifier. I have more big amplifiers inside, like not my Acros, because it's not too big, but I have a bigger Rotel amplifier, and it sounds, almost the same quality sound that an expensive amplifier. So I think this needs to be shared. Like I said before, it's a good thing. I love not only that it's a good quality audiophile amplifier, but also the presentation. I think the first thing I love about the funky was the presentation. Even some people don't like it, but for me, I told you and Gilbert before, it's just art. But This is kind of art that you can use it. It's not something that you can you just leave it there for decorate something, but it's something that you can use it, also give it some use,
Yep.
So I am in love with that amplifier.
Can you show us your funky?
Yes. Let me switch right here, right quick. My phone. Sorry, I don't have no much experience with this, but
there we go.
There you go. There is the funky, and I can put some music on it, so we can.
And there's the Hitachi in the middle of its U.S. tour. Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I said there's the Hitachi in the middle of its U.S. tour.
Yes, I put it right there. And I was, if you can appreciate I was using the devices for damping factor.
Yep.
And I'm testing it right now. You can see it right there.
Yep.
And not only with because I got streaming music, but I also do with my turntable, because that is different, the sound when you use a turntable than I'm sorry. Then I just got accustomed to put my feet in the.
That's okay. That's okay, Walter. Be comfortable.
You always see my videos like that.
Yeah.
And let me switch it back again.
Yeah.
And I was talking about the sound. I love the turntables, the vinyl records sound, because it's different. It's just different. It's not better than a CD or flat or a streaming music, but it has different taste, different flavor.
Yes, it does.
So it's something that happened with the funky too. You normally get accustomed to the sound kind of too flat, but this thing make the sound kind of delicate, like I don't know, harmony in the notes. It's something hard to explain, but it's
actually, I think I got you. It's got more texture and more nuance in the musical lines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you mentioned something earlier that I want to get back to, because, and this is something that I think people should know. What you said was that this was an amplifier that didn't cost very much, that sounded like an amplifier, other amplifiers that cost a fair bit more, and that was one of the primary reasons behind the Funky. I mean, the goal was to make an amplifier that people would find affordable, right? So that it would be the whole point was to match up against some of the some of the things in the $1,500 area and lower, and still some good amplifiers. But I mean, what I've found in listening to them is that I'm a dealer, right? And I've had a couple of low cost amplifiers. As a matter of fact, I've got one that costs a little bit more than $1,500, and it's a pretty good amplifier, but it's no match for a Funky at all. I mean, it's just not. Yeah.
Yes, that's something else that caught my attention, because it's something that Gilbert made affordable for people that couldn't get the other line that you manage over there, the regular line, black stuff.
Yep.
And I love it, of course. It's beautiful too.
Yep.
But sometimes not everybody got access
right
to that kind of quality audiophile devices, and the Funky could be a good way to enjoy the music, and I will not say cheap, but affordable.
Yes. Yeah, and the cool thing about it too is it's every bit as upgradable as the other stuff, right? You can upgrade it with the SP capacitor packs. You can upgrade it with the FCF. Actually, the one I've got is FCF only, and the one you've got is FCF only. But there's another couple of higher level Funkies that will have input stages, and you'll be able to put an SP capacitor pack. These can be upgraded to scary proportions. You can really make something out of them. Now I'm going to just put my computer up here, so let me know if you're seeing it properly. But I want to talk about the chassis a little bit, because these are, as you said, this is not your typical piece of audio equipment here. Now there we go, and now you can see it. And now I'm tilting it, and there, good. And what we see is I guess the best word would be a reclaimed chassis, right? This used to be a Harman Kardon
Yes.
And
That's beautiful.
yeah, the Hamun Ka Dun 1023 Wu. And as you can see, it doesn't look much like, well, I mean, it may vaguely represent the shape of a Harman Kardon now, but I mean, you can see all sorts of decorative stuff on it, all sorts of color. It's fun to look at. But I mean, the reason we're doing this is that the most expensive parts inside one of these integrated amplifiers is, well, first of all, the chassis is expensive, the transformer is expensive, the heat sink is expensive, and the connectors on the back they're not necessarily overly expensive, but these are also the things that don't normally wear out on an amplifier. So if we can gut this, save a fair amount of time and effort in terms of fabrication, and put modern design parts and replace input stages, output stages, and things like that, and have a fully functional amplifier, we can cut the price not in half, but close to in half, and what we get is a really, really good sounding result. And that's how the Funky came about. Now this type of thing is nothing new for Angela-Gilbert. They've been putting amplifiers in shoes and purses and cookie tins and on pieces of wood and using all sorts of alternative materials for years. So this actually is really cool because it also turns into an art piece, right? And that's, as you said, that's really the most engaging part about it. I mean, it doesn't look the same as, it's different. And I guess at the end of the day, for me anyway, you've got great performance, you've got a great price, and you've got something that's really a conversation piece. Now, some of those conversations will be interesting in ways maybe that you don't expect. Yeah, but it's art, and it's fun to look at. And I'm really looking forward to cranking this thing up later on. I haven't plugged it in yet. I haven't heard this one. So
yes, that's beautiful. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Yeah. So.
And well, yes. Another thing that you said is really good. It's something that you can upgrade with the capacitor pack,
yep.
And it make this. It make the funky sounds even better than.
Yep.
By itself, and again, that what you said, you can adapt another type of capacitor pack. There are many designs about that too, right?
Yep. There's a few different stages of capacitor packs, and there's two different types of capacitors packs.
Yes.
Yeah.
The connector is still the same.
Yep.
It's something that you can plug in there. It's just ready to go.
Yep.
Just plug and play.
Yep. And you don't even have to send. That's the really cool thing. You don't have to send it back. You just buy it. It ships in a box, and in it goes, and you're done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's something functional.
Yeah.
It's functional art. Is what we're talking about before. Functional art, and I think it's all. I don't know what else we can say about it.
Well, it's hard to, right? We've both heard it, and most people have not. And I guess that's the point, to raise some awareness about the fact that this does exist, and it is actually very, very, very good. Now, can you talk about some of the differences that you've heard after plugging and unplugging a capacitor, the FCF capacitor pack?
Yeah. At the beginning, I really didn't hear much difference, and I talked to Angela-Gilbert about that because, I can say there. I think I didn't have the tips about how to do it, because I think it's because the capacitor is still charged, and if you pull it and plug it again, at the same, immediately,
Yep.
you will not hear no difference because it's still the same. It takes time to discharge the capacitors.
Yep.
But if you leave it alone 10 minutes and then plug it in, you will hear a difference.
Yep.
It's what happened. So, it probably was my ignorance about how to do it, the switch, because at the beginning I didn't try. I never tried it alone. But even alone, let me tell you something. Even alone, I love the funky amplifier. The Hitachi alone sounds pretty good. And I had the opportunity that no many people had, is I could open it and see inside the amplifier, and I saw Angela-Gilbert put some, it's kind of this capacitor pack inside too.
Yep.
Because it's not the regular power supply in a regular amplifier. I see that he had a long capacitor pack inside there too.
Yep.
So that's a good thing too, because it by itself, it will sound good too.
Yeah,
so
and
I love that.
Yeah, and that's what an Angela-Gilbert power supply looks like. That's the type of power supply that will be in most of these funkies, right? Same thing. It's like you're already getting a good power supply, but when you add the FCF, it makes it a whole lot better. Well, Walter, I think we've just about exhausted it for tonight. Thank you for your comments and your insight. I mean, you're actually at this point, you're a more experienced funky user than I've heard a bunch of them, but I've not had one in my place yet. So I'm really glad to hear what you had to say about it.
Okay, I'm really glad to share this time with yourself too, and appreciate that we can make this video. And I hope everybody, we still spreading these things Angela-Gilbert is doing, because once again, it's something different. It's not the same thing we got accustomed to. It's something different.
Yep.
It's art, and it's beautiful, and it's something that sounds really good for an affordable price.
Yep.
So let's spread it and keep doing it good. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Walter. Walter Rodriguez from South Carolina, Greenville, 4 hours west of Myrtle Beach. I've never been there. I'll make the trip one day. And again, one more time, the audio enthusiasts and music lovers on Facebook, yes?
Yes, thank you.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate you. Have a great night.
Yep.
And see you later.
Yep. And I am George Taylor from Entracte Audio. You can get me at entracteaudio@rogers.com, or you can find me at entracteaudio.com. Anyway, would love to see your comments. Any questions, please hit me up. Ask them on the YouTube channel. Ask them email. Check out the website at Angela-Gilbert.com, Angela-Gilbert.com, or .com. Sorry, I really need to get that cue card back. I have a cue card with all that stuff on it. Anyway, thank you. Take care. Have a great night.